Hi all, welcome everybody, my beautiful souls. How are you all doing? I'm just going to wait and see how many of you are coming, logging on. I have a lot of exciting stuff for you all for today. I'm sitting here because after the first few minutes, um, you will not be seeing my face. Hi, somebody just logged on. I'll just wait a couple of minutes to see if some more are joining us before I start with all the information I have to share today. Hi, Ravisha. Since you are the first one to log on, okay, let me start by answering some wonderful questions you have asked. And I didn't want to just comment on them because, then everybody doesn't get to read the comments. So just keep your questions coming because it's very exciting for me because a lot of times I have said, written, and shared a lot of things before, and then I feel okay, but there are a lot of people who are new to the journey or new to my channel, new to my groups, and so this information will reach them thanks to your questions. And one of the very interesting ones you asked, are all twin flames light workers? Yes, indeed, in one form or another. Light workers are not just healers, you know, they can be working with the environment, they can be working with anyone who's underprivileged, doing genuine work with be it children, mentally challenged children, elderlies, the sick people, being healers, being teachers, guides, energy workers, grid workers. There are 12 to 14 different forms of light work. People assume only those who are giving you tarot updates or are energy healers are light workers, which is not true. So are all twin flames in one way or another light workers? Yes. But are all light workers twin flames? No, they are not, and this kind of upsets a lot of people. But the original twin flames are very few, and there are a lot of people who confuse their soulmate journey because it's so beautiful, because it's so intense, because the sex is amazing. They think they're with a twin flame, which they are not. There are a lot of people who have kind of activated the twin flame template because they did do their inner work. They are in a harmony, in a certain balance, and though they are on the twin flame, they've activated the template. It is more of a divine partnership. Okay, it is a they will attract a relationship where there's mutual growth, a mutual spiritual growth. You'll assist each other with your mission work or ascension, but it is not as intense or as grueling. Punishing was the word coming in my head, journey as the twin flame journey. So thank you for that wonderful question. There was another one which you had asked, which I'm going to speak about, which is do these ascension energies, the full moons, new moons, eclipses, these retrogrades, etc. Yours was not so detailed, but I'm just going to add in those things. Do they affect children? And yes, also they affect pets, and they don't know how to communicate what they are feeling or going through, be it physical symptoms, be it emotionally, or they suddenly start crying or oversleeping. And it is up to uh, whether their parents or guardians, caregivers are aware of the ascension, and so they can explain, help them to do 2-minute meditation, just helping them sit on the ground, allowing them to maybe run around so that the energy doesn't get stagnant in their body, and allow them to sleep longer than there is their bedtime, ensuring they get to sleep on time, like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, they should be asleep. Okay, So it depends on whether they have slightly awakened parents, otherwise they are going through it. The good thing is a lot of the recent children are already crystal and rainbow children, so they do know how to handle these energies. They know when to sleep, they know what to do to kind of cope with these energies, not like the adults who need to be told, which is why they are way showers or mentors, teachers for ascension as well as the twin flame journey, because the adults get little wrapped up in their own egos, in their own preconditioning, in their beliefs, and so somebody needs to gently or with tough love when required, goad them onto the correct way when they're suddenly detoured or kind of so we uh, are here to help them, because adults have had a longer history with what they have been trained or understanding, or they've been brainwashed by the old matrix programming, right? So while we are waiting for a couple of more people, I'm just going to start off with what's happening. See, the Lions Gate opened up on the 22nd of July, that is the Leo season. The peak of it is always 8th of August, but it's not by the date, it's always by the energy, which is why if somebody asks me the date, I never ever know the date. I just feel it by the vibration, the energy. Like today, yesterday it wasn't so clear because a lot of people were still purging and there was a lot of density in the collective. But today the energy has really cleared, it's much lighter. So the Lions Gateway, I will be making a separate audio or video about it. I don't want to speak too much and confuse people, but let me just say that what this eclipse season has is doing, okay, when it is partial or full solar eclipse, okay, your rational mind is kind of being covered, so that you have no option but to listen to and clear your feelings, heal your emotions, start listening to your intuition. When it is lunar eclipse, it's your emotions which is covered, and then so eclipses, and it is happening pretty much within the Lion's Gate. It is a very important portal, and what is happening is the releasing of the old pain, the grief, getting out of a lot of the victim mentality and taking responsibility for your own feelings, for your own decisions and choices, not doing things because of somebody has ingrained it in you that this is what you're obligated to do. You're being asked to start thinking for yourself and find your own truth, and for that first you have to know yourself. You have to first acquaint yourself with yourself. What do you really believe in? What do you like? What is your favorite color? What do you like to eat? What are your new preferences? Just because you like something a year ago or 6 months ago doesn't mean you like it anymore. How are you resonating with whose company do you actually enjoy? If you're no longer enjoying the company of certain friends, it's telling you it's time to maybe create a little distance. Maybe they are no longer on your vibrational match, so you might need to reconnect with some new people or things like that. So in the Lions Gate, it will be a lot of work vis-a-vis your heart, and heart is about loving, unconditionally loving, giving, but also learning to receive. Okay, there's a very beautiful, my very good friend, who can be a very generous giver, but she is right now going through a phase where she wants, you know sh- she's reluctant to receive help. We are here to help each other because we are only as strong as our weakest link. Okay, all twin flames are directly or indirectly connected with each other. What one manages to anchor or ground, it reaches all the other twin flames pretty rapidly. So she is such a beautiful soul, and so I know she will get out of this in a day or two or whatever, uh, god willing. And I'm not judging, I'm not criticizing, these are all phases we all go through. Someone who is too much into receiving is struggling with trying to give, okay? So we are all here, um, with different roles. There's a reason for everything that's going on, and in this Lion's Gate, the major work that we'll all be doing, no matter where, in what phase you are, depending on that, your heart is being expanded more and more. You're having to master loving regardless of what the person is doing, not doing, is like, without judgment, criticism. Does not mean you need to participate in their story or become a monkey in their circus. You have to just keep reminding yourself, not my monkey, not my circus. And energetically, mentally, emotionally, you can create a distance, and you're going to be shown all that. Now, vis-a-vis this eclipse that has just got over, it does not mean the energies are completely over. Whatever has got triggered in the last two eclipses is going to continue. The impact might last for up to 6 months or sometimes even longer, but right now the intense energies are going to come and go. Maybe Wednesday, Thursday might be a little hard, but you will keep getting respite as well. The more you are clearing, the more you'll get respite. But take this week a little easy, in the sense of, don't schedule too much activity, too much to do, because you might not be able to cope so much. For example, I've kept bare minimum appointments this coming week, because like yesterday, I just had to take a chill pill. I could feel my masculine was going through something, and energetically I was there supporting him. And I do not really know, but it was something turbulent emotionally, or he was trying to suppress his emotions, but something was definitely going on there. Another thing that is got activated in through this eclipse is those of you who are already telepathic, or who know how to use the telepathy, you will take it up another notch. But for those of you who are not sure or whatever, who have not had this capability of being in telepathic communication with people, you will find that ability getting stronger. You might be a stronger receiver, or you might be a strong sender, so you'll have to gauge. For example, somebody's face or name might pop into your head, and if you text them at that time, they'll be like, oh my god, I was just thinking about you, I was thinking of calling you. Hi Namrita, welcome. So your telepathic abilities are have been activated, and they are going to get stronger and stronger. For those of you who are in my groups, I am going to be making a special audio for you to activate or start practicing it. What I'm trying to tell you here is, if somebody's face, name, something pops, don't ignore it. Maybe you just jot it down in your diary, or just text a hi, so that your confidence goes up. For example, when I was working with my telepathy with my divine masculine, and I would think, oh my god, I don't think he's receiving my messages. But when I would ask him, whenever we would get back into conversation, he would say, yeah, he got it, but he didn't act on it. He would know when I'm remembering him or sending him a telepathic message to call me or something. And yes, the warning is, please don't use it to manipulate or make someone do something against their free will. That is not permitted. But if you want to send love and stuff, I will make a separate audio for it, because otherwise today's video will become extremely long and confusing. But I just wanted to bring it up that your telepathy, your intuition, trust the messages that are coming to you. You might think, oh, I just want to hear this from my divine masculine. Even those of you have not met, or please let me know when I'm back online, because my ticker is continuing. Please somebody comment. Am I back online? Oh, great. So, even those of you who might not be sure who your masculine is, whether you've not yet met your masculine in the physical plane, you might be receiving messages, sensations in your body, in your heart chakra, like a hug or someone caressing your hair, something like that. Oh, great. It's okay because I'm not yet, I'm just talking so you can listen. Oh, I think I'm back online. So, you might be receiving trusted, okay, even divine guidance, such as a lot of us are feeling the union energies, okay. That does not necessarily mean for each wave that the physical union is or reunion is going to occur right now, but maybe it is the merging, melding, and union happening in the 4D, because in 5D, see, our higher selves are already merged and melded, they're already one. But it might be some energies are happening, sorry, some union or some form of merging, melding, etc. It could be happening at a higher dimension, or certain obstacles could be removed. So don't doubt it, because when you doubt it, you create like an obstacle to what is going to be happening. Okay, so that is there. You will be clearing a lot of your emotional baggages, also not just yours, vis-a-vis your family stuff. Okay, getting over emotional dependency, wanting um there's a word I'm trying to, being in a dysfunctional emotional dependency where you are not able to separate your identity, your beliefs, your structure from your family or your parents, or when people who are above 25, and when they talk about my parents want this, or my parents want me to get married and stuff, I'm like, you're not a teenager, why can't you just say no? Why can't you say, I don't want to? Or it will hurt them. They are responsible for their emotions just as you are responsible for your emotions, right? So it is an ongoing thing which you yourself will have to deal with. It's a part of growing up and taking responsibility for what you're going through, and that is going to go on till at least end of August for a lot of the twin flames specifically. uh, the masculines, okay, just because everybody will be curious about what the masculines are going through, the emotions are being triggered, but they are trying to suppress it big time. They have received a lot of guidances intuitively, which some of them have chosen to ignore, but they are very aware of who is their twin flame, or what that they might not know the word necessarily, but they know this is a spiritual connection, or a connection which is unlike any other. Because like I said, like a background song, you are also in their head. They do think of you, and like carry your energy with them. Okay, so they are now wondering what the hell, what should they do? Because the minute certain things happen, what a lot of masculines do is get busy with work and with money, pentacles, to suppress all these things. And what is happening with them is, the more they're trying to give to anybody who's a karmic, not just a wife, not just a girlfriend, it can be mother, it can be work, it can be anywhere where there's a karmic relationship, and especially where it is over. It is over because whatever had to be done is done. They are finding obstacle after obstacle. They are facing failure after failure, frustration, and that is really getting to them, and they are getting triggered now. They're going through a lot of triggers, as well as a lot of them, the tower moments have been initiated after this eclipse. um, yes, today I've written a few points because there's so much. Now I'm going to be showing you some diagrammatic representations of the information that has come to me during this eclipse. And else I remember, I will come back and speak to you. Also, your comments I will be reading later, because now I will not be able to see it. And anyway, like I told you, my vision gets a little blurry when I'm directly connected and channeling. I hope you enjoy the next information that I'm sharing with you guys. Okay, I hope you guys can still hear me. Now, this is a six-pointed star. Okay, now, for example, the center of this is me, right here. Okay, and I'm not saying this is, hang on, let me first start talking. Now, supposing the center of this star, the six pointy star, is me. They are minimum 6 people who I will be properly activating. That is not to say they are not more. Along these lines can be several others. Okay. Now, what does this actually look like? It's like the asterisk, right? Now, why have I shown you this is because I'm going to be talking a little in detail vis-a-vis the world map. If you guys can see, I have drawn all these lines, vertical and horizontal lines, across the entire map. Oh well, since we are in India, here we go. Alright, so when the grid workers, when what they do is, supposing wherever the intersection of these lines are happening, and this, please remember, is just a diagrammatic representation. This is not necessarily accurate. It might be, but it is not necessarily exactly so. It is just a diagrammatic representation. Wherever, supposing there are these intersections, and supposing these are portals, okay, now the light workers who have been working through the last decade or a bit longer, they have been opening one by one all these portals, and they cannot do it all together, because each time a portal is cleared, the dense, harsh vibrations, energies, negativity, maybe the wars that have happened, the things that were of lower densities, all that has to be released. And when that releases, things like volcanoes might happen, earthquakes might happen, a lot of energy is released from Mother Earth, and then these grid workers anchor the positive energies from eighth dimension, ninth dimension, all the higher dimensions. They become the conduits. They anchor it on these various grid points. Okay, so they do it, and please remember, it is not a flat earth like this, it is a globe, right? So they are guided where to go, where to do it. And once certain kind of energies have been anchored over there, a lot of light workers find the activations happening much faster, a lot of synchronicities, such as Mount Shasta, certain places in Canada. I'm not really sure of all the various places, but there are many portals which have already been cleared and they are activated. So, like pyramids of Egypt. Now, what happens is, supposing I am here, I'm here, and that star energy, the star line that I just showed you, the six pointy star, I am working as a transmitter here, and it can go in all the directions up to whatever extent. Okay, so for example, I have a lot of people in Pune, a lot of people in Delhi, a lot of people in Calcutta. So my energies are reaching already in all those directions. Okay, and once they get activated, they will start working and forming their own star systems, so that when the time is right, when that particular grid point can take the intense energies of the twin flame union, it will happen. Now, why can't it all happen at the same time? Supposing one is the divine masculine, one is the divine feminine. First of all, you have to be completely whole, integrated, self-sufficient, independent. You have to come into your divine energies completely. If you're still caring about other people's opinions, wanting the old paradigms and structures, if you're still carrying old wounds, old programmings, etc., you're not there yet energetically. Once you both are anyway emitting certain energies individually, once you have met and got activated, you're anyway working as mini transmitters, transponders. But once you come into union, once you come into union, okay, then it becomes huge. The energy you send forth becomes huge, and it lights up your grid region, and it will start happening, it will start spreading. So supposing it has to move in a certain way, it is going to take, it will happen spontaneously. So why are some already activated is because their energy is sustaining a lot of other activations of other twin flames and light workers. Now about the union, again this is a diagrammatic representation. If for example, can you see these lines? Right. Now supposing this is the first wavers, second wavers, third wavers, as is what is. These are the trailblazers and the way showers. So what happens at times, if the feminine is here, their masculines might be placed here. Why? Because or if all of them got into union and moved ahead, who would anchor, activate and assist the rest of the waves? So sometimes these people might come into union faster. It might take time for some. They are overlapping as is required on the different grid points. So when it is going to happen, literally is on divine timing, but for that you have to be ready energetically. It is not about the divine masculine not doing this, not doing that. They are doing their work. It is since last October, it has gone on autopilot. It is being done automatically. Now, for example, I did say I'm going to make a really long video and I will upload it. Now, for example, when we talk about 3D, 4D and 5D energies, okay, and I have always bifurcated for making it simpler as lower 3D, higher 3D, lower 4D, higher 4D, lower 5D and higher 5D. Now I'll just give you one very brief example. When you are in 3D, all you can see is your perspective. उसने ये बोला, उसने ये किया, उसने मेरा ये करा, उसने मुझे हर्ट किया. That is very, very low 3D. Low 3D also wants you to get back at them, wanting vengeance, wanting revenge, wanting vindication, wanting even karma to go knocking on somebody's door. When you're in 4D, you're able to put yourself in the other person's shoes. You're able to not only see your perspective in the story, you're able to see their point of view. For example, if your father gives you a lecture about, that you need to do this, you need to do that, okay, in 3D you'd be like, oh my god, he's never happy with what I do. But when you reach 4D, you'll be able to understand. Maybe it is his fear he's projecting onto you, thinking that, the mistakes he made, you might make it also. Or maybe he thinks you're capable of much more and all you need is a bit of push. So you're able to, without taking it personally, you're able to understand the other's perspective. But when you reach 5D, what happens is you it's as though you are on a high storied building. Floor. You have the penthouse view, okay? You're able to see everything from a much higher perspective. The details no longer matter the way they would over here. Think of a map. When you're right there and you're using your GPS, the more you go zoom in, you can see each store's name, each building's name, but the more you start pulling out, the lesser you can see the details. It doesn't matter. You get into an observer point of view. You start seeing the bigger picture. Okay, so a lot of things, be it emotionally, be it mentally, be it ego, be it your spirituality, be it your union energies, what you want from your masculine also changes according to where you're at energetically, whether you're still in 3D, whether you're still in 4D, whether you're in 5D. Okay, now there's one of the things that I really want to speak about is when people talk about detachment. Now, detachment is, yes, essential, but not before time. Detachment is not a escape mechanism to be used not to feel the pain. You have to sit, you have to experience, you have to learn what the message, the lesson is. You have to learn to work through your karma before you can release it. And then you don't have to get into a detachment, it will automatically happen. All you have to remember is you're not here to chuck out your ego. You're here to take back the charge from your shadow aspect, your ego. You're here to rise above the denser, lower frequencies, energies. You are here trying to uplift not just your energies but all of them around you. So, why do I keep saying don't bother about what anybody around you is going through? Because the minute you start healing and raising your vibration, it will automatically penetrate. That is one of the USPs of being a twin flame. You automatically spread the positive energies. If I went really fast with this, please rewind and see, and you can always ask me the questions later. What I'm going to reiterate, it is a diagrammatic representation just to kind of show, you have to imagine it like city lights going on at night, and all of them, when they will happen, it will just kind of start spreading in a certain way. And so right now they might be sporadic things happening, very few twin flames that you know of are in union, but more and more are coming into union. Yes, they are. The good news is a lot of you might receive communications from your divine masculines. If you have given closure to your old relationships, be it your exes, your karmics, your catalysts, especially, you will, otherwise you might find them coming back for closures. or for offering apology or giving an explanation. Things like that might be happening, but you will find maybe communication is coming back from your divine masculines, but you have to be careful that you don't make the same mistakes as before. Don't settle for lesser than you want, or not want, that you know you deserve. Okay. uh Now I'm going to shift my place to where I usually sit, and I will take your questions. Okay, I'm back in my place, and now I will take your questions, as well as um, I think I've covered pretty much most of the updates. What are people more concerned about? I've talked about the union energies. I've talked about your telepathy, your third eye, your heart chakra. That these intense energies might come back. You might be purging. The masculines have been triggered or are going through triggers. They might reach out to you energetically. So I will be sharing a kind of guided meditation for those of you who wish to do it. And now you can please tell me what your questions are. No, it is the, well, I'll tell you in private. And plus, purging and doing a lot of things for the collective. So, yesterday, that's why, and I didn't even post the daily guidance. Mm. A catalyst also twin flames of someone else. Well, they could be, but it's when you actually meet your divine masculine, you're like, whoa. Even the habits, sometimes the way they walk or the way they talk, some mannerisms, they are sometimes like, they could be brothers or twins. Oh, that reminds me, something very funny happened yesterday. I had bought ointment to keep at home, and it was so funny because today morning I was putting it away, and the name of on it was Universal Twin Labs. And my eye fell on it, and I just couldn't stop laughing. But how did the eclipse treat you all? Was there a lot of triggers? Were you all purging a lot, or did you just rest? How were the energies for you all? Namrita, you're obsessed with this theme, and I've told you when you talked to you about this, multiple twins is not a common feature. It is very, very rare. I don't say they don't happen, but most of the people you think are multiple twins are not. They're just soulmates. You were tense, okay. Anxiety was there for a lot of people, yes. Yeah, but a very important theme being triggered. Twin mission. How beautiful, Namrita, synchronicities. Well, if you keep saying I'm finding it very difficult, that's what you're going to attract, right? So you have to change what you say. No matter what your external truth is, you have to change what you're thinking. What is your mental talk to yourself? You have to change that to change your reality. Okay? And just saying it 5, 10 times does not change it, because if you have said, for example, I'm finding it difficult 100 times, then you need to say it is easy 110 times for it to work. Thanks, love. Abnormal. Yes. But I was saying a lot of people healing family or healing yourself from dysfunctional family programs is has been activated during this eclipse. Now, for example, in the West, a lot of people uh, are going to be getting the guidance to mend or to come back into the fold of the family. But where here in our Asia, people are anyway too enmeshed, too involved with each other's lives, taking decisions on behalf of each other, interfering in each other's life too much. Here, the guidance is the opposite. It is to take back your power, it is to become independent, it is about not letting their belief or their needs or their fears dictate your choices and decisions. I hope that makes sense. Also, it's time to get out of apathy. What is apathy? That thinking that numbing or suppressing of your emotions, uh, you've healed it. No, you've just suppressed it. So it's time to get out of that. And it is not just for divine masculines, because I'm finding it's a lot of the divine feminines also who think dealing with an emotion means actually suppressing it or putting it under the carpet or the rug. And that they think because we are chanting or we are meditating or vipassana, for example, that we have done our inner work. It's not. It's not your inner work. It is one of the things. And especially as twin flames, you are walking multiple paths simultaneously. You know, you cannot just go on bhakti marg, you cannot just go on karma, you can't just be a karma yogi, you cannot just be a student. You have to be a student, a grahast, a bhakt, a teacher, a healer, whatever. You're walking some 5 paths together as a twin flame. That's what you have to master. Okay, but to master, you have to first become a humble student. You have to learn to receive, and then you can reach that stage where you can start teaching or spreading what is coming to you. Now, for example, there are a lot of things that I have experienced a long time back, but I have not yet felt guided to share as yet with the collective. So when I feel guided, I generally always share whatever has come to me. Like this came to me, this eclipse, and I've immediately shared it. Or how you can gauge how much more you have to learn or how much you have to master. I shared the zodiac trick, you know. You will do it automatically, Ravisha, once you start clearing out your lower dense energies, once you reach a certain dimension, once you are connected, for example, 8D, 9D, that's where the information comes from. When you start being aware of your dream work, or when you are open to receiving, it will automatically come to you. First, right now, you are too much, not you. Most people are in their heads too much, and the head is filled with old, redundant, obsolete information, and they take it as gospel truth. So, first, that has to be cleared up. Your pipe, which is here, has to be cleared of all the presumption, assumptions, I know, I think, I believe, all that has to be cleared out first before you can actually become a channel or start receiving information. And then we all have different spiritual gifts or abilities. So if somebody is clairaudient, they might be getting in voice form, or you know, it's wow 333. So it depends on whether you're clairvoyant, you're clairsentient. I have a multiple of them, so they kind of work in tandem. Sometimes when I'm in a overdrive, you know, and if I'm pushing too much, sometimes nothing comes across, which tells me that I need to rest, I need to ground myself, you know. So um, like a lot of cords get attached to me, because whenever people are going through things and they think of me, for example, the cords get attached and I have to continuously keep cutting the cords, you know. So that kind of can energetically drain me. Or when you're channeling, see, I sweat so much when I'm channeling, or when I'm doing tarot readings, when I'm giving healing, energy healing, when I'm collapsing timelines for someone, or I'm accessing akashic records for somebody. It is a lot of draining of my energies. And last 2 days, it was not just for the collective, but my divine masculine was going through something, so my energy was there supporting, right? Is there anything else for right now? Because it's already 46 minutes long, and I will definitely try to post my daily guidance. It is slightly dejecting, to be honest, because um, I don't know why, but people seem to think because it's free, it is maybe not worth watching or something like that. And the viewership is so less, and I don't understand it, that someone is sharing freely with you so that it benefits. And I'm baffled why people are so reluctant to even just listen. All they have to do is set the intention for releasing something. Okay. And even in that 5 to 6 minutes long, I find so much resistance. And then when you charge for it, they don't want to invest that much in themselves. So it's like a catch 22, right? Thank god it's gone on to a, a automatic process. They just don't want to invest. And there's a lot of things I do pro bono. If I know that somebody really needs certain tools, I share freely. But here, this guidance I'm giving just specifically for this eclipse season, and the viewership is dismal, I must say. It's not that I have never wanted or manifested even that, I wanted only genuine students and genuine watchers, and those who really are serious about this path to be on my channel, in my groups. I repeat information, I keep sharing. And then the funniest thing is when people tell me I don't have time. I cook every meal in my house. I do the clothes. I do, healing work, readings. I have one on one sessions with people, workshops. I make videos, audios, write articles. I have a child who's 14. Okay. If I can do all of it, it's all about multitasking. It's all about making time for something, right? I meditate, I channel stuff. It's up to you. And I make time for me, for my friends, for everything. We are not men that we can't multitask. Joke, joke, joke. Kidding, kidding, kidding. No offense to anybody. Women are born to multitask, right? So those who want to will find a way, and those who don't want to will keep coming up with excuses. Just remember that in your own life, if you want to, you will do it. You will find a way, no matter how much you struggle initially. You will find the 10 minutes, the 15 minutes. Put together, if the small tools that I've shared, take, hi, about half an hour. Ask Anu. I had told her what to do for how much time during the day, how to start her day, what to do before breakfast, what to do with, while just before sleeping, that it, it doesn't take much time if you start doing it, and it becomes a second nature. It's a matter of doing it for 21 days, and then it becomes a second nature. Anything new neuro pathway, new habit you're trying to inculcate, it just takes about 21 days. If you do it regularly for 21 days, you can pretty much stick to it. This is also a great time to start if you are serious about regime, or starting some classes, or anything that you have been thinking of doing. This is a great time to use your willpower. Thank you. You just have to do it. Answering everyone's questions, or be it for the groups, be it for the channel, be it what I'm taking down notes, and when things come to me, the pages and pages and pages that I write, or doing my own clearing, or doing it is about making a proper schedule and not being very rigid about it, not trying to be a superwoman out of ego. If you do anything with love, with it will not feel like work, it will not feel like a chore or a task. You will do it because it's bringing you immense inner joy, be it to meet someone, be it to call someone, be it to text someone. When people say I was too busy, I don't get it. I don't get it at all, because if you wanted to, you would. I can't sleep sometimes still. If you recently noticed, there was a long article I kind of wrote middle of the night. Until I didn't post it, I couldn't fall asleep. You don't wish for it, Namo. You have to just do it. Just get started. Stop thinking, stop wishing, stop wondering, stop planning. Just get on with it and do it. Just do it. The best things just make a list. Until you've not ticked everything on your list, don't allow yourself to sleep. You know that. Just and start having fun. I laugh a lot. I make people laugh a lot, not because these things are frivolous, but because if you don't have a sense of humor, you will die under the pressure. You cannot make everything so serious and matter of life and death, and that's how people get offended at the drop of a hat. You crack a joke and they're offended. You say something personal opinion and they are offended. It's because they have lost their sense of humor. You have to just start laughing, at things, at yourself first and foremost. Today, look at me today, because of my headphones and everything. My hair's just got all, because I first tried to put it on my head and I was like feeling so hot. You have to be able to laugh at yourself, you know and then you will laugh with the world. And instead of thinking, somebody will take this away from me, what is yours nobody can take away, ever, ever, ever. Sometimes you have to wait a little longer, that's all. But if you manifest that, then it's never going to come to you, right? Okay, so I'm going to leave you all with a lot of love and light. I know it's been a very short, I mean, not duration wise, but it's been a little abrupt kind of uh, live stream. Thanks, Ravisha, you're so sweet. I know I'm looking like a hag today. It doesn't matter. It's inner light which should shine out, right? So it's when I looked up, it was 53:53. You're cute too. And all of you are so sweet, and you've embraced me and my guidances, my quirky sense of humor, my weird my weird updates, which sometimes I post because that's just my style of talking and writing. And when I read what I've written, I'm like, oh my god, someone will think I'm so dry and it's so cut to cut, but that's how my writing and my speech are two very different things, right? But you all are so sweet, and you take, the SAR, the message, the core of the message. And I'm so grateful that you all are my soul tribe, you're my soul family, and I love you all a lot. And I really hope you're finding my messages, my videos, my guidances helpful, supportive, and they're bringing you clarity, because that's my intention. Every time when I start, I pray, I ground, and I've always set that intention, whether it's a reading, whether it's a message, be it anything I bring to you all, so that it might reach anyone who needs it at that time. My only request is to please give it thumbs up, to please subscribe, to please share, and to please keep, write the comment in this. You have to scroll all the way down and comment, because it keeps it in the news feed, and maybe we'll. Okay, I'll tell you a secret. I'm really hoping that we get 71 subscribers, because then, including me, we become the 144. Okay.
So, and after that, there'll be a new target, of course. But right now, I'm waiting and waiting to hit 71 subscribers so that we become the 144 with our partner, like one is into two, right? So, God bless you all. Lots of love. Those of you who are going to be watching it later as well, if you have questions, because see, Ravisha posts a lot of questions, and any below any of my videos, you can post it. If it is something I can answer right there, I will. But if it's a brilliant question, I will address it in the live or when I record a video, because I just love, people will think, oh, we are annoying you or we are asking too many questions. No, you're not, because it helps me know what message needs to go out into the collective, and we are all connected to each other. We are all here to kind of make a chain. Okay, and like I showed you, that whole world is going to light up with that energies. We are going to pull down the higher, the beautiful higher energies into our physical. We're not going to go traveling into some other dimension. We are going to become it. And twin flames are one of them. I'm not saying we are all and sundry and everything depends entirely on us, but love, the energy of love, the purest, the strongest energy, we are anchoring it into Mother Earth, right? So no matter what form of light worker you are being divinely guided. You have your team. I know you feel misunderstood. You feel your family doesn't get you, your friends don't get you. Our culture is telling you something else, your religion is telling you something else, but you have a divine team up there. You have your soul mentor, your coach. You have each other in this group, and we are here to hold each other's hands, hearts, to help each other cope, to give each other love, to tell you, I see you, I hear you, I get you. Okay? We are here to do that till the world doesn't start understanding us. Till then, we are here for each other. Don't forget that. Call upon your angels, your divine masters, your spirit guides. Whether you understand or not, you will soon start understanding. You will start receiving synchronicities. Start looking out for butterflies, for birds, for feathers, coins, um, images of twins, swans, of hearts, for me, hearts and stars, all of that. Look out for angel numbers, synchronistic numbers, um, ascending numbers like 1 2 3 4, 2 3 4 5, things like that. Watch out for that. And I leave you all with a lot of love and light finally. And that's exactly 1 hour, I think. So God bless you. This is Nikita. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, to share, subscribe, and comment, comment, comment.